Hi, I'm Neil.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
And
Welcome aboard Echo Echo.
Taking photos.
I thought while I'm on the long passage, I might actually do a segment about what it's been like on this passage for me. It's now day 25, which for me has been a long time at sea, the longest by far that I've ever done, and I think that I'll ever do in the future in one hit. And there's been some good and some bad times at sea. One of the bad things about being at sea for me is that I'm prone to seasickness. And it wasn't until day 20 that I could say that I haven't taken any tablets and haven't been sick. Still in the last few days, I'm careful to not push myself by being down in the galley or the nav station too long, as I get a little bit queasy. But basically, I'm surviving the day without seasick tablets, and being able to get most things done that I want done. On a day like today, and as you can see, it's just beautiful and calm out there. There's no problems. There's only very gentle swell and wind waves and a very gentle roll, and if all the days were like this, I wouldn't have a problem at all. But it hasn't always been like this. There's been times where there's been no wind for a good 24 hours, and it just gets really frustrating. And then there's been times where there's been high winds, they're in the 20s, and we're really rocking and rolling and I'm seasick. I have to admit though that I'm really pleased that we haven't had any serious squalls or storms, and so the calm conditions, even though Neil's not keen on them and it's taking us longer to get there, I am thankful that things are calm rather than things be rough in a storm. As you can see by my appearance, being on a boat doesn't mean that you look glamorous all the time, and rarely actually do you ever look glamorous. My hair needs doing. I haven't had a shower today. I had one yesterday. My hair seriously needs some colour treatment. That's an age thing, and something that'll somehow will get done before we get to the Marquesas, because I'm not hopping off this boat with this amount of grey hair. And it's amazing how amount of grey hair, or maybe it's the sailing that's making my hair greyer every day. I get by doing a lot of listening to music on my iPod, so I'm really thankful that I have that. I think Neil's checking out the chart plotter at the moment because it's actually my watch and I'm supposed to be doing it, but I thought I'd do a video, and since it's so calm at the moment while he's reading a book next to me. What was I up to? And I interrupted myself by talking about Neil at the chart plotter. That's right, about what I've been doing to keep myself amused. Well, not much apart from laying down for the first 20 days and avoiding seasickness. But I am listening to music. I do use a couple of games on my iPad. A pity I had more than solitaire and mahjong, because I could do with a few games of variety. I did try reading a guidebook, but I haven't read any of my many books I've got to read, because reading does tend to make me a bit seasick. So I'm trying to avoid that. And maybe by the end of the trip I will start trying to read books properly. And I have been using my iPads to do emails and on a daily basis, and I also write some emails for our crew member as he likes to keep in contact with people at home. I do the radio each morning. I do a weather download, not every day at the moment. We're finding we're just doing it about every second day. We don't need to get it every day because it's not changing that rapidly. And we get emails from other boats, so updating where their positions are and any other information. And so we sort of, it's amazing how the day does pass by even though we haven't got a lot to do. I do some baking, baked breads, made cupcakes the other day which we're still eating, and I'll probably make some more bread tomorrow. I haven't been keeping the boat as clean and tidy as I normally would because spending too much time downstairs does make me a little bit queasy, so I'm waiting till I know that we're only a couple of days away, and then I'll face that and get downstairs and clean everything out really well. I mean, I do clean the toilet on a regular thing and we keep the galley clean, but apart from other type of cleaning, we're not doing that as I normally would. We keep the cockpit pretty clean. Here's a view of the cockpit at the moment. Pretty tidy, and Don also helps with that. He gives it a sweep every now and again. And most afternoons, and I lay in the sun or over that side. I seem to get the sun side. Everybody else hates being in the sun. And yeah, it's really pleasant on a day like today. So I'm really pleased that I've done this trip. Would I do this trip again? I am not so sure because it does take a lot out of you. It is very tiring. It is quite emotionally and mentally quite taxing. But I think once I finished it, oops, I better get to, the dials over here are beeping at me. All okay. I think when I get to the end and I finally reach shore, I think the reward of having done the trip will definitely outweigh the times when I was seasick and everything like that. So overall, I think it's a very rewarding thing to do, and I know that I won't regret doing it. But as I said, I probably would not do it again. But I would recommend for other people to do it. It is a really good challenge to do. And it's, yeah. I'd find it difficult though if I wasn't writing my blog each day and being able to email people and family. Having that contact is really important to me. So fortunately we have technology these days. I don't know how the people used to do it without all that technology. I would find it so lonely. And sometimes I feel like I'm a bit like Captain Cook exploring the world out here. We're like thousands of miles from any land, and we do know that we've got a few boats now a bit closer to us, over on the horizon, maybe about within 40 to 50 miles. Two of our friends' boats. We're now getting closer together. We'd sort of separated quite a lot, and now we're getting closer together. And I think we might end up all arriving within a day of each other, which will be really good. And I'm sure we're going to be so pleased to see each other and to celebrate. And apart from that, it's just been challenging but really interesting. But I must say there are times when we do go a little bit crazy. And you go crazy because this thing beeps at you all the time to tell me that it's got a 10 degrees wind shift, even though we feel like we're not really moving much at all. But we do feel at times we have gone a little bit crazy. And one thing that Neil's done that I've noticed is that he's drawn faces on our big fenders. I think that one is supposed to be me. And this one I think is supposed to be him. It means then I'm more cleaning for me to have to clean those off later on when we get to the Marquesas, I think. But anyway, that's Neil's sense of humour. He tries to be a little bit funny on the boat to keep the spirits light. Don't you, Neil?
Yeah.
Oh, and have a look at Neil's hair. Not only is my hair in need of is neglected, but so is Neil's hair, and we certainly are going to have to give him a haircut when we get to the Marquesas. He's a bit worried about me cutting it now because with the rock and roll he thought I might do it a little bit uneven, so we're going to leave it till we actually get somewhere and anchor.
I've been listening to what you're saying, and I'm reminded of a quote that an old boss of mine years and years and years ago had. We were in his office having a chat, and he said to me, "Neil, do you know why we're all here?" And I said, no boss, why are we all here? He said, we're all here because we're not all there. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought.
Okay, so I'll finish up with, that's my little bit for today. Day 25, still surviving, just can't wait to get there. At the moment, we've probably got anywhere between 8, 10, 12 days. It all depends on how much zigzagging, jibing we have to do to get there because we have a broken whisker pole. Okay, bye for now.
Here's the repairs that we made to the Genoa near the beginning of the trip. This is what they look like. I hope you can see. Maybe not the prettiest, but they blasted. That's what counts. Well, we're 700 miles away from the Marquesas now. All the boats travelling in the same sort of general group as us are all getting reasonably close as well. There's definitely a different vibe in the air. A bit more excitement now, I think. One of the neighbouring boats has reported that they've run out of water. They're about 60 miles away from us. Fortunately, when I say run out of water, their tanks are empty, but fortunately they've got some bottled water, and they celebrated being 750 miles from their destination by eating their last apple, and I think the previous celebration they ate the last of their yogurt, so everyone celebrates in their own special ways. We've still got pretty much supplies of everything, fortunately. But given that, yeah, today we've got the first bit of really got kind of slightly boisterous weather in a 1,000 or so miles, I suppose. We had a bit of boisterous weather just leaving the Galapagos, but we're all a bit more settled down and used to it now, so I thought we'd go and film some of it. Sea State never comes out on film, so I'll just show you the rest of what's going on. I'll put the waterproof housing on so the camera doesn't get wet, so there'll be no audio with this bit, so enjoy the images. Sunrise on day 31 or day 32, I'm not sure which, of our time at sea. I'm sure one of the rain men on board will confirm the exact number later on. And one of the first islands of the Marquesas that should be coming into view very, very soon. Exactly when, I don't know. I've got the dawn watch, so if I'm lucky I'll get to see it first, and then I get to wake the others up. It's a pretty exciting day, I can tell you. We're pretty much over it. So at the moment to try and get there in a hurry, because the challenge we've got is the bay we want to anchor in. We've still got such a distance to go that we may not get there by nightfall, and I'm not anchoring in a strange bay at night, so if we get there after dusk we'll have to heave to the sea for another night, rather than having a night in a bed that doesn't rock and roll inside a boat that doesn't creak and groan. So we've opened all the stops this morning. We're getting along at speeds in the high 7s. Probably got more sail area up than we would have in these conditions normally, but desperation is a fine thing. So we'll keep you posted when I see you.
I'm looking and I'm getting excited, but I can't see it.
I think after the French bombed the crap out of Mururoa, they probably took this one away and moved it down south so they can bomb the crap out of that as well. I've got no idea where it is.
We're obviously getting closer to land. We're about 58 nautical miles away from the Marquesas, and we've noticed a whole lot of birds flying past us. Not sure if they'll come out on the GoPro very well, but there's lots of them on both sides of the boat. Maybe they're looking for flying fish.
Sight along my left arm. There's a cliff on the left hand side with a little rock on the bit beside it, then a flat top comes down there. Well, there's our main navigator for you folks.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Can't see the island.
I can't see.
There's two clouds directly on top of each other, and it's directly and it's directly below the clouds.
I got it in the logbook 12:05 p.m.
Oh, ain't that exciting?
Well, is it sort of like foggy?
Yeah, of course it's foggy. It's like 30 miles away. It's in a haze. It's the same colour as the cloud haze.
Oh, I think I can see it.
Cool.
I think,
Can you see the two clouds vertically on top of each other?
Yeah, I think I know which two clouds
And then directly below that. Well, there you go, folks. 2/3 of us have seen the Marquesas.
Okay, Neil. How are you feeling right at this moment?
That's a hard question. It's not what I thought I would feel. I'm reminded of the days years ago when I had, in my last 6 months at university, where I was studying full-time, working full-time, had 2 cleaning jobs, was doing a boat building course at night school and renovating a house at the same time. I got to the end of that and I slept for 28 hours or something like that straight, so there was no sense of emotion, and that's what I'm feeling now. It's like I'm just tired. I'm dog tired, very, very weary. More emotionally, I think, and mentally than physically. So I'm looking for a rest, but the Admiral has threatened that tomorrow is a busy work detail day, and I'm threatening to jump over the side and swim ashore. So we'll see which one happens then, because I got to rest tomorrow. That's after I've liquored up. But yes, no.